What? I just saw you on the big screen, honey. Yo, what up, Storm? What up? What up? How are you? Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. What's up, Universe? How are you? Welcome, welcome. We got the fam coming in. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications to all so you never miss an upload or when I go live. Yeah, what's up, Ron? Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Cheers to that. It's gorgeous out today. Tomorrow's gonna even be better. Hey, what's up, Creaker? How are you? Bless you. How you been, Creaker? What's going on? Y'all make sure to show Creaker some love. Subscribe to her channel. She's a reactor. Right. The Mod Squad. What's up, Carrie? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Again, make sure y'all smash that like button. Share it out. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? If you find yourself coming back, it's not that hard. Just hit subscribe. Again, turn on your post notifications to all so you know when I go live. Okay. Yeah, how many in here have done their taxes already? Put 1 for yes and 2 for no. Oh, yeah? What's up, Mike? How are you? Moist? There she is. Hello, hello, Victoria. How are you? We got Victoria in the house. We got Mike. Shout out to Mike's Car Hole. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Roland, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Okay, we got a nice little crowd in here. Y'all make sure to keep sharing it out. Smash the like button. Almost at my 1K mark. Y'all right up there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the drone is it does have a FAA license, Ron. So one of our the newest staff member that we added, he actually has it registered. The FAA number is actually on top of the drone. I'll be linking up with him tomorrow. Yeah, I don't want to see that number dropping. I want to see it going up. Not a whole lot, Mike. Got my car inspected yesterday. Made phone calls yesterday regarding the business. So I'm certified in the state of Pennsylvania now. I had to double check and get my EIN number. So we also kind of dipped into radio programming as well, like scanners and radios. A lot of people have been getting this lately. The one that I have, I actually just got one in the mail. Client wants it, needs it programmed. So if you guys are feeling generous, you don't have to. It's not recommended, but I do have my Cash App. Any donation is greatly appreciated and it goes towards the business to making better content. And I actually did get a drone the other day too. I got a DJI Air. But again, I want to see that number going up, not down. For what, Stormkeeper? Yeah, I appreciate that, Victoria. You've always been very supportive. And I greatly appreciate you for that as well. Mike as well. He's another one. And then this man right here, he's one of my staff members. So shout out to Ron. Go check out his YouTube channel. His content's amazing. What's up, Spencer? How are you? But and also I do want to thank everybody who reached out when Tigger passed away. So much love to each and every one of you. I do appreciate it. It's still getting some used to, but what can you do, you know? So how's everybody been? How's everyone's week going so far? Yeah, Ron, if you're still in here, I got my uh that's what's up. Yeah, she follows me as well, Storm. I wonder how her jog's going. If she fell over yet. CP said busy trying to organize the living room. Stormkeeper said slow. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Yeah. Yes, it is, Ron. Wait till tomorrow. I think tomorrow's supposed to be even warmer. There we go. Let me where is it? Is it in the front? There it is. There we go. Bring up the chat. So I got the chat right here. And I got it on the big screen too. Hello, Mrs. Fuggin. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Amy. That's fine. That's fine, Amy. It's good to see you in here. I hope you and your dad are doing well. There we go. What oh yeah, what are you making on the grill, Amy? Yeah, it's the three-time champ. We got Jacksonville Joe in the house. What up, Joe? How are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Holly still bullying you, Joe? Oh, that sounds good. Oh, asparagus, steak. Bad experience with steak. Never again. Never again. But baked potatoes and asparagus, heck yeah. Sign me up. Not much, Joe. Not much. There it is. Y'all watch this. So, if you ever worry about where your phone's at, watch this. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't like seeing that number going down. Yeah, it was about that here today, CP. I think it was about 70. I've had those before, Ron. They're really good. The fajita steak strips. They're pretty good. Hello, Jess. How are you? Al, I still like to call you CP, though. Got the mod squad in here. Hello, Ice and Fire. How are you? Yeah, I'm a spring, early summer, and fall person. Somebody must have went live because the number of viewers dropped. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Loki? How are you? Outlaw Nation event, Amy? Shout out to everybody in Outlaw Nation. They're continuing to grow and putting out that great music. Also, the Scree team. Shout out to Duct Tape, Non Rilla. Stacks, Mrs. Stacks, Super Steve, Muggs. No. Oh yeah, Victoria. Upchurch to 6, huh? That sounds interesting. And then shout out to Tim as well with his the rundown. He's been doing really well with that. And all the hardworking content creators and the music artists. Oh, that's right. Tim is with New Breed and all them, isn't he, Victoria? I think he said he was going away at the end of the month or something like that. Finally done with these men. Oh, okay. Yeah, shout out to Chelsea. Shout out to our girl Chelsea Luna. Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Golden food stamps. What are you talking about, Loki? There we go. Now the number's starting to go up again. Oh, he's not that far from me. He's a couple hours. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here. It's been a minute. There we go. Number's starting to go again. There we go. Appreciate everybody that's been coming in. The goal or what? Okay. Oh, okay. Is he getting down to the wire, Loki? Yeah, I'm doing all right, Amy. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that reached out um when Tigger passed. She comes to visit me though. I'll still hear her from time to time. Yeah. Believe it or not, Amy, she had a very aggressive form of breast cancer. That's what got her. I was shocked. Oh, there we go. Jumped up to 15. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Make sure to smash that like button. I don't think I've had this many people in here for good while. Good while. But I do appreciate it, though. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. She was old too, she was suffering. So she's in a better place now. Oh yeah. Yeah, she comes to visit Universe. Like I said, I'll still hear from time to time. Always, Universe, always. Yeah, she comes by to see me. There we go. Did you Ice and Fire? I appreciate that, Victoria. Thank you. Amy, where's Fuggin at? What's he doing? Mm-hmm. That is true, Victoria. That is true. That's because I got nannered Ice and Fire. TikTok don't like yeah. Hmm. Uh-huh. TikTok does nanner a lot of people. I guess we got some looksies that come in. Make sure to hit that like button. How's the big dog been? Where's Mikey D been? I haven't talked to him in a minute. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. That is true. She said, please don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, we're going to change the banner color since St. Patty's Day is coming up. We're going to change it to green. Yeah, the number fluctuates. See if we can have a steady number. Right. St. Patty's Day weekend coming up. Make sure to drink responsibly, though. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, dealing with a twink, huh? Aye, aye, aye. Right. Exactly, universe. Right, Victoria? Y'all want to see the drone? I'll go get it. Hold on. Again, y'all make sure to share it out. Hit that like button. MBIP Copter. And that's the FAA number right there. Thank you, thank you. It's a drone, Amy. What? What happened? We gotta put Spencer in timeout. Don't listen to him, Spence. Not yet. Oh yeah, we did. We're gonna do it tomorrow. Ice. No, Victoria, I haven't. You want to send the link, Victoria? We can check it out. So send it in the chat. Oh yeah, yeah. I've been seeing that ice. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. I doubt seeing that happen. I'm gonna poke myself in the damn eye. Oh yeah. There we go. Hmm. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go to a YouTube. Let's see. Go to history. Go to this. Hit that. Theater mode. See if I can remember how to do it. Present. Share screen. There we go.
Spencer, you had.
There we go.
Had to get gnarly with it. I see y'all on the screen, see more dicks than Harley sending. Now shut the fuck up, Spencer. Your hat doesn't fit. And the boy. Boys lied to you if they told you that it did. Dan know the mumble verse Big Dog in an HBR smelled it from a mile away. He just said problem. And man is yelling loud with his mic low. And Mike probably busy. You know that boy always playing in his car hole looking for that 10 millimeter. It's on his arm, no. And Lori don't even. She got matches and hairspray. She cut back from 3 cans to a solid 1 a day. And Loki chasing lobsters till he can't breathe. He asked if that was one over there. Stack just said it might be. Man, I got an attitude. I'm gonna suck my teeth like Triple T. Or be like, no, like Amy and Little Me. Duval. Lose balance when I walk like my name Lil Buddy. Sell blaze for the low like Meg, 9 toes down running. Lil fella beefing with Oreos and hates Uncrustables, but that dude a buck shot. If you took his last Lunchable and duct tape face, you look like Mr. Now, I ain't fucking with Muggs. He look like who the cartel call when they need a plug. And Stacks look like he play Pogs for money. Super Steve near his gums. And better believe Rico gonna call him dumb. Turn around and yell at the neighbor, say it's just for fun. Shut your mouth, you fucking cocksucker. The Cowboys should have won. Spencer, you about as smart as throwing a toaster in the tub. Why don't you sit your goofy ass?
See, I notice every time I play a video on YouTube, my live stream starts acting wonky. Does that happen to anybody else? Or maybe it's just StreamYard. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you, if you're not subscribed to Jacksonville Joe, make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. All right, finish this up real quick.
Down and shut the fuck up. And send TV. Listen, when Harley heard that you was quitting, she stopped that in the tracks and said, "What in the Dickens?" And then she used the magic. Every fucking body on the Instagram list. And MMC, you knew better from the start. Your ass drew the blueprints that helped Noah build an art. And hey, Doogie, I ain't leave you out of the zone. If you was a Power Ranger, when you morph, you be like Methadone. And Dustin, they don't want to share costumes or take your roles, but Sam want to know if Stephanie home. Y'all better stop it with the nonsense and shit with a lot of people. Jay got locked in. Hey, Fat Jesus, tell your boy to stop it. Or the next step gon' be Cash App, aggressive Steph, and she gon' go bust the rhymes until you break your own neck.
Damn, that's tough. I liked it. Shout out to Joe. Right. It only does it when I play a video on YouTube. Hey, no problem, Joe. Anytime, man. Yo, you've always had good music, Joe. You've always had some good tunes. And that's how Joe is. That's why he the three-time champ. Okay. You'll have to take a look at it. Yep. I also got a new phone. It's the S24 Ultra. Camera on it's crazy. Y'all are too much. Did Aunt Lori go with Tim to Maryland, or did she stay back? Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, let's see here. So what we'll do this. There we go. What is it? Nope. There we go. So there's the link. If anybody wants to come up on, come on up and chat it away. Who's on house arrest? And Lori on house arrest? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, see, it's different on my live. You can actually come on up and chat it away. So we got two communities in here. Ain't Lori on house arrest? Lori does what she wants. If one of my mods wants to pin the link, the mod squad, as we call it. All right, Amy, we'll be here. And go wake Fuggin up, Amy. Let's see what he doing. Appreciate that. There we go. That's right. She's taking care of the Poochie Poos. The puppers. Yeah, I got the live up on the big screen too. It's like, hi. How many likes we got? We got 12 likes. Appreciate that. See if we can get that number to jump back up. So what is on the agenda tonight, Victoria? I think Moses or Rick and they go live tonight, don't they? Don't they go live on Wednesdays? Real and Stacks have a show this weekend. Oh, okay. Pecan Pinwheel. Spoosh. Oh, okay. There we go. Yo.
Hey, Scott.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good.
What you been up to?
Rearranging the living room.
Sounds like fun.
There was a drop leaf table right here where the chair is sitting now. The chair was over a little bit. I moved the drop leaf table over there, put the chair here.
There you go. Some spring cleaning.
So now I have a corner in the living room that I can sit with a decent background.
Of course, I got my beautiful background right here. Got Old Glory and did you watch Chelsea's live earlier?
Yeah, I was there.
Hopefully she didn't keel over. She's like, I'm going to run till the sun sets. I'm like,
Yeah, I couldn't even do that.
right. She's come a long way. I'm proud of that girl. That girl has had so many obstacles thrown in her direction, and she just went right through all of them. So did Zach get injured in his fight on Friday?
Yeah.
Because I tried watching it live, but it said it was privated. I'm like,
Yeah, it went private. People in the chat were complaining that she was live streaming it, but the same as HIPAA violation. But it's not a HIPAA violation if Zach agrees to it.
right.
It's his privacy that's being invaded. So,
right.
But then she ended the stream when the nurse asked if she was recording, and then the stream disappeared. But he has had 2 broken noses before, and he couldn't breathe through his nose. Oh, no. And so they drained some nasal hematomas, and the damage was too much, so they had to do more surgery on his nose. But it happened from a competition, from a fighting competition.
Did he win?
I don't know. She didn't say.
Yeah, I've been following her for a while, Universe. Yeah, this is so weird though. Like I fought, and then now I'm one of her moderators. It's amazing how you you can build friendships and meet new people and see, one thing I like about Chelsea, she's not one of those YouTubers that like walk around and, she actually interacts with her followers and is very appreciative of them. So,
yeah.
That's one thing I respect her for.
And she doesn't tell people she doesn't really tell people what they can and cannot say.
Exactly.
I mean, she doesn't get creeped out if somebody says that she's attractive. Granted, us mods time out people for doing that, which I think sometimes you may go a little overboard on that.
I mean, yeah, it's okay.
The creepy comments, yeah, those are a problem.
Yeah, exactly. There's a level of and a line that you don't cross, and once you cross that line, nope. We have to, we'll have to remove you.
Yep. But we also have to be careful not to remove somebody who's just being nice.
That too. I usually don't like the ones that spam the chat. Like they'll write the same message over and over and over again.
The spammers, I go right to hide. I don't mess around with timing them out. They start spamming, they're nothing but a bot, and I just put them in hide.
Right. Kitty. I'll say a Porter's on your lap. Kitty.
Yep, that's Sadie.
Yeah, Tigger would always she'd be the guest of the show. She'd always used to jump up and sit with me.
Sadie was in her cat bed next to me, and then when I sat down, she decided that she was going to get on me. But she's jealous because Z was supposedly has kidney disease, so I've been paying a lot of attention to Z, and Sadie kind of got pushed off to the side, so now she's trying to get her attention.
That's how Tigger was, Miss Jealous. She'd be like, excuse me, who are you talking to? It's a key cat. Yeah, meow kitty. So, what was the temperature? You said you're what, New York?
Yep.
Are you more upstate New York or like center?
Western.
Okay.
I live in a village of 500 in Wyoming, 500 people in Wyoming County, New York.
Okay. Well, at least you don't have. I'm guessing everybody knows each other. Tight knit community.
Well, we all kind of know basically who people are, but
Okay.
people don't necessarily associate with everybody.
Gotcha.
Like, I have known my neighbors on the south side since I was a kid. When I used to go to church with them, neighbor across the street used to be on the fire front with my mother, and the next door neighbors and the other ones on the other side don't get along with because they bulldoze part of my property.
Right.
Bulldozed 15 feet over the property line without paying any attention to the fact that they bulldozed right up to the stake, and then claimed they didn't know it wasn't their property. When the DEC guy saw that, it's like, yeah, there's no excuse for that. You saw you bulldozed a pile right into the stake.
Right. I guess they probably thought that they were entitled to.
Oh yeah.
Bulldozing their property.
Oh yeah, they're wonderful people. So wonderful, in fact, that my cousin ran into them one day, and they were talking, and they said that because my mom had almost died with carbon monoxide poisoning down the street.
Oh no!
And she was in the hospital. They claim this woman whose neighbor supposedly was going to get our house through back medical bills, bulldoze it in the property, and turn it into their yard. Which wouldn't work at all, because in New York State, they can't seize a house that belongs to somebody else, because I own half the house, so you can't take that. And even if I didn't, my name wasn't on the deed, I live in the house. It's my home, and I have no place else to go, so they wouldn't be able to take it because it's my only residence.
Right. That's messed up.
It's like, yeah. Haven't had any more issues with them other than when they cleaned up the mess that they made. They mainly took dirt and dumped it over top of the bricks and stone.
Hello, Brenda.
But I put up I got some posted signs and stapled them to trees. I wanted to put them on a fence, but haven't gotten the fence up, so I just stapled them to trees and left it at that.
There you go.
I also have a no trespassing sign. I had a video surveillance sign that I was going to put up, but I haven't gotten trail cams to put up back there yet. I'm going to put trail cams back there, but
you can get them at like Amazon. I think Cabela's has them. I'm not sure if Walmart has them. I don't know if you have any.
Yep, they do. They have Walmart has like 20 different ones. They have ones in store, and then there's even more online.
Right. Yeah. What's up, little Jeffrey? How are you? We got little Jeffrey up in his house. Yeah, I don't like people that like think they're entitled to everything.
I don't either. They have a big enough house. Their property it's twice as wide as ours and almost twice as deep. So they have almost 4 times the land that we do, and they want ours.
Right.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's people like that drive me crazy. So didn't you say you were a first responder as well?
I was.
How'd you like it? Hey, no problem, Jeffrey. I started back in '95 is when I started.
Well, Scott, my lifelong dream was to be a volunteer firefighter at 18 and a police officer at 21. Police officer stopped being a possibility when I started having severe depression and when I was 11, and ended up having moments of wanting to end it all. So owning a gun, not exactly a good thing. So gave up on that dream. I went to join the fire department when I was 18. Was told, yeah, you'll be on it. Next meeting, nothing. 6 months later, I got turned down for not providing a letter of recommendation from a past department. I wasn't on a past department. So went to another department. They lost my application. Then in the winter of 2015 to 2016, I was shoveling out fire hydrants in the village because I lived in a different village at the time.
Right.
And I shoveled out 46 fire hydrants one night, and it was 40,
Holy crap.
52 the next night. And the first night I was shoveling out fire hydrants, and the senior captain at the time stopped and gave me this thing of hot chocolate and a package of donuts from Aeromart, not Crosby's, but it was Aeromart at the time.
Right.
And a couple days later, our lieutenant came down, was at an open mic that I was at. And after that, we went up to the fire hall and I submitted my application. And then after I took the physical, passed the interior physical with flying colors, I was voted on the fire department in May of 2016. And I was top responder for the fire department, one of the top responders all through until November. And then there was some jerk online who was saying that all fire chiefs were unfit to lead if they can't put out a fire with 1,000 gallons of water or a fully involved structure fire with 3,000 gallons of water. Naturally, I took exception to that because I've grown up around firefighters all my life.
Right.
And I told him off privately in a private message. Well, he supposedly contacted his chief. Not sure I believe any of it because of how things were sent to my chief. And he sent the couple comments I made towards the guy publicly and the private message, but didn't send any of the insulting comments the guy was making towards not only my chief, but every single fire chief in all of New York State, Pennsylvania, Ohio, on and on and on. And they only objected to me telling him off privately. The chief had suspended me for 2 months before the hearing, and then at the hearing, I told my side of the story, and immediately after I finished, the chief said, "You're off the fire department. Turn off everything you have. You're done." And he also said, "If you ever talk about firefighting again, we will criminally prosecute you." What? Yes. Yep.
All because you were looking.
All because I told off a jerk privately. Yep. So in the almost year that I was on the fire department, that was January 2nd, 2017, when the meeting was, I left that meeting in tears, and I went home, and my life almost ended that night 3 times.
I'm sorry, man. That's messed up. There's no way that you could like legally go after the guy.
Oh yeah, I could have sued the village and the fire department and made them take me back, but would I feel safe going into a burning building with guys like that behind me?
No, I was talking about the guy that was causing the ruckus. Because he's basically the cause of.
I don't think he was real. I don't think he was real. I think he was one of the guys in the fire department. I think it was a fake account, and the guy from the fire department was doing it. I think that's what happened. And that's what most of the people I've talked to around the area think that's what happened.
That's messed up.
Yep, it is. Unfortunately, that's what kills. Stuff like that is what kills membership in departments. People say it's the training. It's not. It's not the training. It's the politics and backbiting and nasty way people treat the other people in the department. That's what kills departments.
That's why I left. I was getting tired of the politics. Politics and cliques. If you're not in the clique, if you're not about the politics, they're like, nah.
Yep. One of the times, and the chief, the kicker is the chief had a Widowmaker heart attack and survived, and I was praying like crazy for him to survive, and then he did that to me. I've never regretted prayers more than those.
That's horrible.
But yeah, one time we were wetting down we took our tanker up to, because our is a rural area, so one of our trucks is a 1,250 gallon per minute pump with a 3,300 gallon tank of water.
Right.
And we took it up and we're wetting down the baseball fields, and he pulls me aside and says, and wants me to, because my hair is long, and he wanted me to cut my hair because it makes the fire department look bad. Over half our members are 300 pounds or more. Long hair doesn't make the fire department look bad.
Being overweight and out of shape is what
is what makes the fire department look bad. It's what makes all fire departments look bad.
Right. I mean, God forbid a guy freaking goes to.
Yeah, it's like this guy weighs 260. This guy weighs 260 pounds and is about 5'8", and I make the fire department look bad.
Ah, jeez.
No. Also makes the fire department
try to wrap the hydrant and falls over.
Also makes the fire department look bad when about a year later he was accused of SA, of SAing his girlfriend.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's not on the fire department anymore.
Sounds like he was a real winner. Not.
Yeah. Ever since my mom's accident, the guys in the fire department have been treating me better. But I don't live in the district anymore, and most of the guys that I hate are not on the fire department anymore, or are not an officer. In fact, the second assistant chief passed away a few years ago.
Right.
One of the past chiefs passed away a few years ago. The chief at the time, the only one I don't like is the current chief, and he's the brother of the older one. So I loved being in the fire department. I didn't like the people in it, or didn't like some of the people in it. I didn't like the way I was kind of treated. It's like the whole time I was in the fire department, the junior captain at the time, who ended up being an assistant chief at some point for a long time, kept making it reminding me that the only reason I was there was because I shoveled out the fire hydrants. It didn't matter the fact that the second time I set up the aerial was at a fire scene, and I did it perfectly then. Did it perfect.
Right.
Did everything I did on the fire department, I did it perfectly the first time. Everything in training. So they got rid of the best person that they almost one of the best people they had in the fire department because
Sounds like it.
they just want to
They're
control
lost.
somebody. Yep. No, it's the community's loss.
Right.
When we were on vacation that year, they could not respond on several calls because I wasn't there, because I was one of 3 people around during the day.
A lot of departments suffer a lack of manpower.
Oh yeah,
we have that here in PA.
The ones that suffer the most around here are the ones that have the control freaks who just want to control everyone on the department. They just want to have things done their way. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. That's it. And the former chief of the department that I live in the district of now, he just moved down south and resigned from the fire department. Finally, he was one of the biggest jerks in the county.
Right.
And he was chief. They kept electing him chief year after year because nobody else wanted to do it. He drove away the members. The chief in another neighboring department drove away members, and the current chief drives away members because she's the wife of the former chief. And they don't do anything to get rid of the people who drive people away, and departments lose people. Don't want to respond.
Yeah, if you don't, if no one is able to get along, or if you don't have a brotherhood, like the department's going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And then God forbid if you're on a scene and, everyone's, bickering back and forth, right?
They don't.
Then that's a catastrophe can happen.
The good thing is I have never seen anyone bickering back and forth at a scene. They always work together fine at the scene, but it's away from the scene. It's at meetings or at training and stuff like that. Stuff that they're not really in the public eye. That's when the attitudes come out.
Oh. What happened? That was weird. I'm sure he'll return. That was that was weird. It just disappeared. Unless his phone died. That might have been a possibility. His phone could have died. Whoop. So yeah, that was Tim, aka CP Productions. Boop. There he is. Oh. What happened?
I have no idea. My phone all of a sudden went dark. The thing went black, and it went back to YouTube.
Ay.
I thought it was like maybe my phone. It's like, well, I thought maybe my phone died, but then I went back to YouTube and it showed that I have 55% of my battery and it's charging. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I thought maybe your phone died or something.
Yeah, I thought that too. It was like it was almost like the phone restarted because the little white light up in the corner came on, and it's like,
really, Victoria? Now StreamYard's kicking people? First they want to ban TikTok, and now StreamYard can just boot you off when they want.
It could have been my phone too. My phone messes around occasionally.
Hi, Lisa. How are you? Hello, Autumn. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Autumn, watch this. Ready? Welcome, welcome, Autumn. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Well, that's not good, Lisa. What's wrong? Anyway, what were we talking about before you just mysteriously went?
The backbiting.
Oh yeah, the
vertical.
Yeah, that like it's like the saying goes, like teamwork makes teamwork makes the dream work, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, no problem, Autumn. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the department I was with, we everyone got along. You know, the chiefs were all the line officers were really nice. We used to go out for breakfast after a call. My nickname was Skippy. But I got my fire, what was it? Fire 1, hazmat.
I didn't even get any of that because they didn't have a course before they illegally threw me off. I was at every training night except for the couple that I was out of the state for.
Right.
But other than that, I did take the CPR course because that one they did have during when I was
first aid CPR. Right.
Yeah. Because the first one I was on was one of the two in the entire county that does not do EMS at all. The only thing we did was CPR assist and lift assist. In fact, the first call I went on was a lift assist. But they wanted everybody CPR certified.
Gotcha.
So,
but well, that's. I mean, here we have what you call it's a QRS truck, quick response. Basically, it's a crew of like EMTs, and they'll respond with the medic.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they get there before the ambulance does, they'll do, basic or whatever they need to do until the ambulance gets there.
Yeah, the departments in this county, most of them have ambulances.
Right.
It's just the two that don't, and they both do lift assist and CPR assist if the ambulance corps that covers their districts needs it.
Okay.
The others in the county, there's Harris Corners does first responder, Sheldon does first responder.
Are their ambulances red? All red?
No. Every single ambulance in the county is white with some stripe on it. Some color stripe. Whatever the department wants.
You said Harris's Corner?
Harris Corners.
I think there was a YouTuber that gets footage of them. I'm pretty sure I've seen them on YouTube before.
They might be. I mean, Harris Corners is there's FBNY who has a Facebook page. He is a emergency services photographer in Erie County, and Harris Corners is almost to Erie County, so they will respond with Morella and other stuff in Erie County. So he might get them there. Harris Corners does not get very many calls. They get like 17 calls a year, I think it is, something like that. Because they're
only 7. Jeez.
Yes, just a small fire department in a very small amount of the township. They have 2 pumper tankers and a rescue. They used to have a telesquirt. I don't know if they still have it, but that's all. They basically protect 4 corners, a bunch of barns, and that's it. And for their first responder, they respond with the rescue or one of the pumper tankers. Sheldon, they respond with one of their pumper tankers for EMS.
Yep, seen Sheldon. Yep.
The departments don't have the money to have a specific fly car. That's an added expense, just like the departments in the county.
Yeah, it's what you call a medical responder. It's basically a fly car.
Yeah.
So I think they'll respond with the ambulance or with their crews.
Yeah.
If they get there before like an officer does or the ambulance. So are they ALS and BLS up where you're at?
Their New York State has 4 levels of EMS care. Well, 5 levels if you count certified first responder.
Right.
There's EMT basic, which is now EMT. What was advanced EMT intermediate, which goes up to they can handle some IVs and more invasive procedures in a basic can. A basic can basically put a Band-Aid on you, and that's that bandage on you, and they stabilize. That's about it. They can't administer medication. They can't even do an EpiPen unless you take the patient's hand, put the EpiPen in it, put your hand over it, and inject it that way. Then they're technically doing it themselves. You're just assisting them.
Right.
But other than that, but advanced EMT intermediate became just advanced EMT, and then there's advanced EMT critical care, which is just below paramedic, and then there's paramedic. Every single department in the county is at least basic. Pike has 1 critical care EMT, so they are certified for New York State as critical care.
Right.
The rest of the departments are all advanced EMT or EMT basic, and they have to rely on paramedics from either Mercy EMS out of Springville, Mercy EMS out of Batavia, or our own county ALS, which has 2 units for 600 square miles and 42,000 people. 3 units, but only 2 are on a lot of time, and hopefully that will be improving because Monroe Ambulance out of Rochester used to do the contract for the county, and they had Medic 80 and 82, which were ambulances, and Medic 81, which is a fly car, and then their contract expired and they weren't going to renew it, so the county had to take over, and now we have Medic 80 and 81, which are both ambulances, and the director has a fly car that he's sometimes on duty, sometimes not. Either the ambulances have crews, and he's in the fly car if he's not. So
the medical director? You guys have a medical director up where you're?
He's the supervisor for Wyoming County Emergency Services. The medical director itself is a doctor at the hospital. He's considered the director because all the ambulances and all EMTs are certified under a doctor at our local hospital.
Yep. Right. Yep.
So, usually it has thankfully been happening less lately. But big problem we had in the county when Monroe Ambulance was doing it was they were contracted to do transports at the various prisons. You have 2 prisons in this county and one in Livingston County that they would have to do transports for. And when something happens at the prison, which when you have Attica Prison in your county, things are happening. They would be taken out of service to take a prisoner to the hospital, or they would have an interfacility transfer from Wyoming County Hospital to ECMC or Strong or somewhere else.
Right.
And our ALS was always out of service. I sat there one time and wrote down how many times both ALS
out of service
were out of service, and we had them in service in the county for like 4 hours one day, and that was it.
Right.
Well, the rest of the time they were going back and forth between Wyoming County Hospital and ECMC or Strong, taking people to the trauma centers. And it's like one of the guys that I knew for years. Mom was friends with him for years. I don't know for sure if he would have made it if this hadn't happened, but they were called for cardiac call at his house, and they should have loaded and went. There was no county ALS available. The closest ALS was in the next county, 40 miles away.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
40.
He did not make it. I don't know if having paramedics in the county available at the time would have saved his life. We'll never know. But that was when it was like, we seriously have a problem with this county.
Right.
He should not have 40 minutes waiting for paramedics to arrive. Absolutely not.
Because after 15 minutes, brain damage starts setting in.
Yeah. Wayne County used to contract with Monroe Ambulance. When they split off, they got huge amount. Now they have, let's see, they have like 8 fly cars around the county at least.
That's a lot of fly cars.
So I'm hoping that Wyoming County will end up going the same way. That getting rid of Monroe Ambulance, Wyoming County will end up expanding. What they should have done is they should have not gotten ambulances. They should have just gotten fly cars because they're still doing transfers to other facilities, but not as often. But those ambulances are white with a red stripe, which is what most of them are here. Although in ours in town here, it was purchased used from another department of the county, which had it as a blue stripe, and all they did was change the lettering and they put a patriotic medical star in the back of it, and that's all they did to it. So it's got red, white, got the flag and the medical star.
Nice.
And
what is it? The Star of Life, I think it's called.
Yeah. And the replacement at the department it used to be is waving flag with a eagle on the side of it.
Nice.
Other departments in the county, we have one that has kind of an orange stripe. The rest are all red stripe, blue. The Perrysburg, they have white ambulance with dark green lettering and a dark green bordered black stripe that goes into a black Star of Life, and inside the black is the New York City skyline with the Trade Center.
Nice.
And it has, I think in the Star of Life is Never Forget 9/11, I think is in it. I haven't looked at the photo of it in a while. And the county seat they just put a new ambulance in service last year. and they made theirs the colors of the school team. They made theirs white with orange and black stripes to go with the Warsaw Tigers.
Nice.
That's a sharp ambulance. That scheme looks great.
We always help first responders, firefighters, police services at the scene or while even state line to state line. Made many friends during that. Oh, nice, Autumn. Nice. What everybody did? Everybody dropped out. I'm sure more people will pop in.
Adam, I think this is the first time you've actually seen my face. You see me all the time in Chelsea's live. Yeah, but you know what I look like.
Right.
Now you do.
Heck yeah. I think talk to Chelsea and see if Chelsea can do something like this. Like a fan meetup on a live or something like that.
I think she probably
StreamYard and
she couldn't really put it in the chat because she'd get a lot of the trolls that we have to time out.
Yeah, that too.
I think what she would have to like only do it for the moderators or the people she is really familiar with, like get in contact with us by Instagram or social media and send us a link that way.
That is true.
Join in because
her safety is number one.
Because you can't know. I mean,
yeah.
Model railroading community that I'm in on YouTube, we had a guy that he would show up in chats all the time, and then one of the streams that one of the guys put the link in the chat, this guy comes up and his camera's off. Every time the guy would turn away, this video would pop up of a person letting a bodily substance out of the rear.
Oh, so they'd be. It sounds like they'd be getting like porn bombed.
And every single time he would turn away, that would happen when he wasn't looking at the screen, and then when he turned back, the person would take it away.
Oh wow.
So
yeah,
that was on a channel with like 400 subscribers. I don't want to think what Chelsea would get.
Yeah, that's like I said last night when she was live. It's like they were coming out the woodwork.
Yep, I think it's because she's streaming more. People, it's coming up more in suggested.
Right.
And I think that's what's happening. Some people are thinking that people are sending him there. I don't think so.
No. Well, I know there was a lot of people from her ex's community that would come over and harass her, and
yeah, and he's tried to put a stop to that.
You don't do something like that.
He is against that. It's not him doing it. It's people misunderstanding things he's saying and doing it, because during her live one time, all the people came in and said that he was saying that she was a drunk and stuff. And I went through his whole stream and looked, and he was talking about the person who he was in a relationship with before her. He wasn't talking about her. He made that very clear, and the person went and harassed her anyway. And it's like, but people don't listen.
Obviously not.
And the amount, you see it in her streams too. You see people in the chat, they'll be like, where did she go? It's like, she just said that she's going to do something and she'll be right back. And these are people that were in the chat when she said it. It's like,
yeah, the only time I'll remove somebody is if they keep spamming the chat or if they start getting really inappropriate. Like last night, there was one that like they kept asking, "Oh, can I come over?" or and then I seen one comment where they're like, "Oh, I'm in your bed." No, goodbye.
Yeah.
Off you go. Nope.
People, I'm not quite sure why there's people that go around in other chats and say that I'm right outside, and it's not necessarily to her. It's like they just go around to various different YouTube channels and do that in streams. It's like I see it in CJ's chat, I see it in her ex's chats, and it's like, why?
CJ,
You have nothing,
he
do you
doesn't
have
live that
nothing
far
better
from
to
it.
do?
And I think he just got a house in Pennsylvania, I believe. CJ Faison?
I think so.
He's out of Delaware.
Him and his partner Chelsea were at a house in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, him and his fiance. That's funny because his fiance's name's Chelsea.
Yeah, but she looks nothing like Chelsea.
Nope.
Which it was weird before he revealed what she looked like, because it's like he's calling her Chelsea. It's like, wait a minute here. Huh?
Yeah, two different people look nothing alike. Yeah, that was very frustrating when she did that live the one night and she was just so distraught and upset, and it's like, people can be so cruel until it happens to them,
Yeah.
And that's one thing I don't tolerate is a bully. I bully the bullier.
I've been putting up with bullies all my life, so I'm not really fazed that much by them.
Yeah, I like to handle the bullies.
I mean, it was tough deciding to buy this house in this village, because we lived here from 2000. Oh, what was it? See, I was 13 when she went in the first apartment. So I was 11 when we moved here. So it was 2003 to 2009. We lived here before. And the first year or so, it was wonderful. I was a new kid in town. Everybody was friends with me. Everybody wanted to be my friend. And then eventually they got to the point where they started being bullies. And then it was like, even my friends bullied me from time to time. So it was like, do I really want to live in this village again? But you get a 2,600 square foot house with a 1,040 square foot barn that has 3 floors, making a total 3,120 square feet, and an acre of land. You get it for $19,500. It's worth not associating with the people in the village if you have to. So
that's not bad. 2,500 square foot. Sheesh.
For 19.5.
That's not bad at all.
No,
that's steal.
It was made a rental property in the 50s, but all they did was they sealed this door right here. Used to be out to the front porch. This one's sealed. There's another one over on the other side of the china cabinet that's sitting right here.
Right.
They put Expandifoam around the edge of it to seal it, and the parlor is through the double doors, and then you go through. There's another door into the hallway, and they sealed that one. They nailed it shut. I think they just put Expandifoam on that one too, and That's how they made it into 2 apartments. They just sealed the 2 doors.
Oh, okay.
So all we had to do was unseal those 2 doors, which they've been unsealed now they were unsealed before we even moved in. And the owner of the house passed away. She had cancer, and so there was an estate sale. They were selling it for $29,900. It had been like $40,000. They brought it down to $29,900, but
Right.
it was because it was a rental. The last people who lived here left all sorts of nasty stuff behind. The carpets were awful, dirty. They were stained. The place smelled. There were probably 5-year-old cupcakes in the kitchen counter.
Oh.
They thankfully weren't moldy. They were just extremely hard. More like cup rocks than cupcakes. The fridge had not been left. The fridge had electricity been turned off with food still in the fridge. Yeah, the fridge was never opened after she opened it to look to see what it was like, and was like, no. And there was all sorts of stuff all over the house from the previous from the tenants before in the two different apartments. So they didn't turn off the water. So pipes are burst.
Oh no.
Both hot water tanks were burst.
Oh no.
The barn has a hole in the roof.
Right.
So the realtor who was working for us said, let's offer $19,500 and let's lowball it, and they accepted it 5 days later. So I have a house with plenty of room, and we borrowed $30,000. Ow, and I like wrong position for too long. We borrowed $30,000 from a friend of ours. So we paid $19,500 cash for the house, and the rest was supposed to go to fixing the barn and various other things. Unfortunately, the plumbers took 6 months to finish fixing the plumbing, so we had to pay rent at the apartment still for $600 a month. So, and then had problems getting help to move and stuff like that. So the money to fix the barn ended up getting put off and put off and put off and put off. And it still hasn't been fixed 5 years later. Hopefully later this year.
What? That's ridiculous.
And then the woman who lent us the money, she was a minister at a local church. She was in her 80s. I think it was in her 80s. She ended up getting diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and
oh no,
she was not going to fight it because she was in her 80s. Her husband had already died, and she did not tell us, but then in the will, she forgave all debts. So I don't even have a mortgage anymore.
That is awesome.
We ended up paying a total, I think, $3,000 for the house. I think that was
awesome.
Added up too.
Heck yeah.
So all I have to do is pay taxes, insurance, and utilities. And the village has municipal electric, so my electric and water bill together is less than $50 a month.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah, and the natural gas, it went into a budgeted plan. I don't know why it switched, but it switched, and so that went down to $38 a month. It evens it out throughout the year. So I have a place that I can easily afford.
That is awesome.
And I don't have to worry about a landlord getting upset about something, and because until buying this house, it was constantly renting, and before I was 18 years old, we had moved 16 times, and
that's a lot.
I was 17 when we moved out of here before. and that was after living here for 6 years, and then we lived over in Perry for let's see, from 2009 until January of 2019 when we moved here.
Okay.
So those are the longest places we ever moved. So you figure 16 times before counting the move to Perry,
Right.
we were living some places only a week or two.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like
One-
why it's like why move furniture in when like you're just gonna have to
That's
Move
one
again.
reason why this place here is the only place in the entire house that I will, other than the workshop upstairs, I will show on camera, because when we moved in here, we didn't unpack because we were used to, you just bring the boxes in, set them there. We're going to be moving eventually, so why bother?
Right.
And you get used to that after moving 16 times before you're 18. So we have boxes of stuff. And now she went into the hospital in her accident in February 4th of 2023. So I've had to deal with this stuff on my own for the last year, which is a little overwhelming. But slowly working on it. But I'm not going to
We can
get
do,
rid of
man.
it. I'm not going to get rid of
Make it
anything
day by day.
because she's still alive, and she's going to be coming home later this year sometime. But
That's not bad though. 30
Nope.
for what'd you say? What 19?
$19,500 for
Right.
an acre
That's
of land.
That's a steal.
Half of it is woods. We have a huge wild raspberry patch out back.
Nice.
Unfortunately, last year, a bear got to it,
Oh
so
no.
we didn't have very many berries, and a lot of the
Bear wanted his berries.
yeah, it's understandable. And I'm sure Autumn's gonna be freaking out that I've had a bear in my backyard. I'm not worried about it. It's a black bear. He ain't gonna hurt anything.
Right.
Doesn't get in the garbage. You can give the berries as long as he doesn't get in the garbage.
That is true.
You can't walk through that woods without finding.
Garbage is off limits. Berries,
Without,
have at it.
I don't think the bears would really want to go after. A bear would really want to go after our garbage, because with 2 cats, we have bags of used litter in there. I think that kind of is deterrent.
The ammonia smell. Yeah, they'd be like, nope, go the other way.
Yeah, I think we don't really have a problem with raccoons here, but I think they would kind of not want that either.
What about like wolves and coyotes and moose? And you have all the big animals up there?
Don't have moose. There is a lot of white-tailed deer.
Gotcha.
White-tailed deer is our main thing. We don't have wolves. There's coyotes somewhere, but you only see them occasionally, because up here they are so seldom that they're not a pack animal in New York. At least not in this part of New York. They're loners, which is weird when I see videos like from CJ or somebody else. When they're running into a pack of coyotes, it's like, coyotes are a pack animal? Because you only see a coyote, you see one run across the road in front of you, and that's it. You don't see a herd of them. You don't see a pack of them. You see one of them. There is.
Oh my. Lions and tigers. Oh my.
There is supposedly a mountain lion somewhere around, but I don't think anybody's seen it in years, because New York State had a brilliant idea a long time ago to control the deer population by bringing in coyotes.
Coyotes are hunters.
It fixed the deer problem, but then we had a coyote problem.
Right. Get rid of one
Well-
problem and develop another one.
So they decided, well, okay, we're going to introduce another predator to take care of the coyotes. So they brought in mountain lions. Same problem. Coyotes went down, deer population stayed down. Now they had mountain lions all over the place. Then they hunted the mountain lions into almost extinction in the area, and now the deer are the problem. So instead of introducing predators again, they just use the predator that's already in the area, man, and extended hunting seasons when the deer population is way too much. They let hunters go into the no hunting area of Letchworth Park at certain points when the deer population gets too much. So they
Right.
extend their hunting areas, give them extra tags and stuff like that to keep the noise population, keep the deer population down that way, which works better than having coyotes or mountain lions, which will attack humans and pets.
Yes. Mountain lions are very aggressive.
And
And they will attack a human.
coyotes aren't really a problem toward humans as much, especially when they're alone, like they are up here.
If they're
But they take
traveling in a pack,
But they take people's pets, and you don't want that.
yeah. I remember who was it? Logan Paul. I think he lost a dog to a coyote. I remember he was doing I think he was talking about it in one of his videos.
Possibly. I know a bunch of people have. But we don't have moose. We don't have moose. They might have them up in the Adirondacks. I don't know if they do, but that's on the other side of the state.
We had wolves, black, brown bear, elk, mountain lion. Sheesh. Hey, you're 12,000. Oh, okay.
I still have yet to see an elk. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have seen an elk in Smoky Mountains
Right.
National Park. Saw them down there. Driven through Elk County, Pennsylvania many, many times and never saw an elk.
No?
Nope. Saw them and we had to stop several times for them in the Smoky Mountains because they walk right across. The Smoky Mountains is cool because they actually have cars that go back and forth with yellow lights that stop traffic when an elk is crossing the road.
Out crossing. Slow down.
And haven't seen a moose yet.
They're big.
Probably won't,
big animals.
because I am not. I hold the same feeling towards the needing a passport or special driver's license to go into Canada as my mother. I had to prove I was a U.S. citizen when I got my license.
Right.
Why do I have to prove it extra to have a special little emblem on my license so I can go across a border? So I'm not getting an enhanced license. I won't get a real ID either because I don't fly, so I don't need that.
Right.
So
So you're not that far from the Canadian border.
no, it's like 60 miles.
How far are you ever hear of Thousand Islands, New York?
Oh yeah, that's
Or
on the other
1,000?
side of the state.
You ever hear of Bolt Castle?
Yeah, the other
My
side of the
sister
state.
got married there.
Yeah.
I've actually been there.
I have not been up that far.
It is beautiful.
The
If you
closest,
ever want to take a vacate, go there. It is amazing. 40 feet of water, and you can see right down to the bottom.
the closest I was to that area was when we went, because my 16th birthday, which was in 2008, because I am a month older than Chelsea, literally. My 16th birthday was in 2008, and I wasn't ready to drive at that point. So my mom took me to the third last game played at the Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And the closest I was at to the Thousand Islands was when we went up the Hudson Valley and across and went through the Catskill Mountains. And that was the closest I got to the Thousand Islands because they're all the way across the state. I mean, Silver Lake, which is a couple miles down the road, is the farthest west lake of the Finger Lakes. Not really considered part of the Finger Lakes. You have to drive over half an hour to get to the biggest of the main Finger Lakes. And
Right.
Thousand Islands are way on the other side of that and north.
Yeah, we
So
drove up.
it's probably about 8 hours, probably 7 or 8 hours to the Thousand Islands from here, same as it is in New York City.
I think it was we drove through Watertown.
Yep.
Watertown, New York, and all that.
Past Fort Drum.
Yep. Fort Drum. Mm-hmm. Bonham said, I see them coyotes in my front yard. Sheesh.
I haven't seen coyotes in my front yard. I've seen deer in my front yard, though. Occasionally, one will walk from the woods up through and walk across the road and out into the yard across the street. I don't know where they go from there. Deer and skunks are what you see around here. Occasionally, a possum.
Peppies. Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. There used to be a skunk that lived in the basement. I think it moved out. I haven't smelled it in a long time, in a couple of years. But there was a skunk that was living in the basement. Because every once in a while, the house would smell like skunk every single night. It would smell like skunk, and it's like, seriously. I haven't smelled it in a while. So I think that is moved out. Hopefully it has. There used when we lived here before, there was a skunk that everybody in the village had named because we called him Paint Bucket because he was almost completely white. It was like somebody took a bucket of white paint and dumped it over the top of him.
Oh, jeez.
And he was a fat thing. He just kind of wandered around, never sprayed anybody, never raised his tail. He was older. I think he died a few years ago, but you'd always see him wandering around at night, waddling around one of the fattest skunks I've ever seen. He was well fed from somewhere.
Waddle, waddle, waddle. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we had a whole family of skunks living under our neighbor's home, and it was one of those like modular homes, really nice, and it was like raised up in the air. And my neighbor came over and asked my foster dad, and he's like, because they were big in the hunting, and took my foster dad like almost 8 shots to kill the skunk. No joke. He had a shot, a huge pew, and every time he hit it, it just keep coming forward. And finally, he had to take a big stick and.
Yeah, I haven't had to have one ended. Had to have a possum ended in Perry because it kept eating the cat's cat food. Because at that point, our cats were outdoor cats,
right?
And it kept stealing their food, and it wouldn't stay away. So, had to have the police shoot it with a .22. And that took care of the problem.
Right.
I don't know what the neighbors thought of the gun going off in the village. Probably startled some people, but you know a .22 doesn't make that much noise, which is it was kind of
it's like a little firecracker.
Yeah, it's a crack.
That's it.
It's a crack. It sounds like somebody let off a firecracker.
Right. Oh.
It was kind of cool. It being done because I held the flashlight for the cop for him to see it because it was at night. So I'm standing next to the cop with my flashlight, shining it on the possum as the cop shooting it right next to me. That only took one shot.
Yeah.
And then we
One
we
shot,
took
one
it
kill.
out. We were gonna bury it, but then we ended up taking it out to a back road and just dumping it for scavengers to cut a
Gotcha.
meal.
Sheesh, I've been on here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. It was a pleasure meeting you. Hopefully we can do this again. I thank everyone that came in, that hit them likes and got to come in and hang out. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their week. And I'll see y'all on the next one.
Yep.
It was a pleasure meeting you, dude.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Much love.